The Solana ecosystem has faced a sharp downturn in recent weeks, with its native token SOL mirroring this trend through dramatic price swings. After being rejected at $98 on May 11, the SOL price sank to $83 just days later, enduring a 15% correction. During this period, the funding rates for perpetual SOL contracts turned negative, signaling increased interest in short positions among traders. Funding rates reflect bearish sentiment. The annualized funding rate for SOL perpetual contracts dropped to -3% on Tuesday, a notable decline from Saturday's roughly positive 8%. In typical market conditions, funding rates hover around 9%, reflecting the costs of capital and exchange risk. The slip in SOL's price below the $90 mark has spurred caution and a lower appetite for bullish risk among investors. Decentralized exchange, DEX, volumes on Solana have tumbled 56% since January. This drop in DEX and decentralized application, DApp activity has hit network-wide revenues and weakened demand for the SOL token. While Solana is not alone in facing headwinds, rivals like Base and Hyperliquid have attracted users and rapidly grown their trading activity, delivering fresh competition to Solana's ecosystem. In January, Solana's weekly DEX volume averaged $25 billion per day, but by May, this figure had plunged. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. To $11 billion per week. DApp revenue saw a similar decline, sliding from roughly $35 million per week in January to just $20 million in May. Despite still leading in aggregate DApp revenue, Solana now faces fiercer competition. Hyperliquid, for example, stands out by integrating perpetual contracts directly into its consensus layer. This shift suggests that traders and developers are seeking alternative platforms that offer better execution, liquidity, and user experience. The decline in DEX volume is not just a technical metric, it reflects a broader loss of confidence in Solana's ability to sustain its previous momentum. As funding rates turn negative and DEX activity dwindles, the market is sending a clear message. Investors are hedging against further downside and are less inclined to commit capital to the ecosystem. The price correction of SOL and the bearish sentiment in perpetual contracts indicate a growing skepticism about the token's near-term prospects. At the same time, the drop in DEX volume suggests that users are either moving to competing platforms or simply reducing their trading activity altogether. This could signal a deeper structural issue with Solana's appeal as a platform for decentralized finance, DeFi, and token trading. While Solana was once seen as a high-throughput, low-cost alternative to Ethereum, the recent performance of its DEX and DApp activity suggests that this advantage is being eroded. Base and Hyperliquid are not just attracting users, they are building ecosystems that offer similar or better performance without the same volatility. The integration of perpetual contracts into Hyperliquid's consensus layer is a particularly significant development. It shows that the project is not just a trading platform, but a full-fledged infrastructure layer that can support complex financial products. This could make it a more attractive option for traders who want to avoid the volatility and uncertainty of Solana's ecosystem. The next signal to watch is whether the funding rates for SOL perpetual contracts stabilize or continue to. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. Trend downward. A sustained bearish sentiment could lead to further price declines and a deeper correction in DEX activity. Investors should also monitor the performance of Base and Hyperliquid to see if they continue to gain traction at Solana's expense. If these platforms maintain or accelerate their growth, it could signal a fundamental shift in the DeFi landscape. In the meantime, the drop in Solana DEX volume and the bearish sentiment in funding rates remain key indicators of the broader market's confidence in the ecosystem. The next few weeks will be critical in determining whether Solana can regain its footing or if the decline will continue.